Hello everyone, I'm Caillou, and welcome to coverage of Primordial's Discord Tournament number 6. What is Primordial? Well, it's essentially a custom Magic format which uses canon cards and intends to emulate the gameplay of Limited and the deck building of Constructed. You take a single set, choose 2 rares or mythics, 6 uncommons, any number of commons, and build a 40-card deck out of it. Today we're going to be watching the round 1 match between MoxProxy, who, as we can see here, is playing MonoBlue Eldraine Mill. So, is going to play the Merfolk Secret Keeper. Yeah, okay, so he's going to force a Plipster to mill 4. Plipster is on Zendikar Rising Red-Black Party. So I think one thing in Primordial is that both decks, most competitive decks have to do one of two things. They have to go under what everyone else is doing, or they have to go so over the top that you get past the grindy decks. Because, Limited is naturally a grindy format. So, if you're playing it, you're going to need to... you're probably just going to run into, fat mid-range decks as, the middle ground of what everyone's trying to do. So, you want to either have something so just ridiculously over the top that it can, outvalue them, or something so fast that, they can't keep up. Right now, though, both these decks are of the latter variety, a Plipster being a ridiculously fast aggro deck that also has some late-game potential, and MoxProxy attacking quickly on an axis that most decks have difficulty beating. Of course, in 40-card formats, Mill is just incredibly strong. And this might be a bad matchup for Plipster because of all these defensive creatures. Has a Merfolk Secret Keeper, has, Runaway Togethers, is very teched out for the aggro matchup, so Plipster might find himself on the back foot. Okay, so we're going to play a Sneaking Guide to supplement this Grotag Budcatcher. It looks like MoxProxy is actually going to counter that with a Didn't Say Please. Forces Plipster to mill 3 more. And let's see here. Hits 2 MDFCs in the Shatterskull Smashing and the Spikefield Hazard. And forcing Plipster to mill a mythic is pretty bad. Of course, Shatterskull Smashing is actually not super great in this matchup because you're not going to be wanting to kill any creatures anyways. And then Plipster runs out a Malakir Blood Priest main 2. Again, good reach generally, but I don't know what Plipster can do here. Ardent Electromancer is going to come down and make a party of 3. So essentially rebuys itself. I think if you're MoxProxy, you should just counter this, right? Or might be thinking about, should I run away together to decrease the power here? No? Yeah. Has it Didn't Say Please? Yeah. No reason not to just counter this. And mills another Grotag, Shatterskull Minotaur, and then, Grotag number 3. So, can still swing in and will probably just get 2 in. The Grotag getting blocked by the Merfolk. But yeah, Plipster's already at half his starting library, and Moxie can, I think, just comfortably, just keep holding up mana here. So it looks like Plipster is going to swing for the hills again. Not going to play a spell main 1. Grotag once again gets chumped. MoxProxy takes 2. Grotag Bugcatcher number 2 for Plipster. Number 4, since we've already seen the other 2 milled. And then has a Royal Eruption. This way is going to get to kill the Merfolk Secret Keeper. In response, Runaway Together. Oh no, Brazen Borrower. That's not the line that I thought we would see. But, is going to Brazen Borrower. But Petty Theft actually can't do that. Because it can't bounce your own things. It's only stuff an opponent controls. So instead it's just going to, Didn't Say Please number 3. And there goes an Ardent Electromancer and a Thundering Spark Mage. And then probably still on end, MoxProxy bounces one of the Grotags. And then... No, okay, isn't going to. I'm surprised. I feel like you would just want to use the mana that way. Might be worried that doesn't have enough cards. Because MoxProxy is down to 2 cards. So the question is, can they actually cross the finish line before Plipster builds up a strong enough board here? Ooh, and there's a strong card from Plipster. There's the other rares. Zagras Thief of Heartbeats for 4. And suddenly this is... Okay. At start of combat, probably run away together. Oh no, Brazen Borrower. Okay, so just gonna petty theft it. Still gets to swing for 8 here, 5 of which will get through. Oh no, and finally, there's the runaway together. So, MoxProxy is going to take 2 from the Malakir Blood Priest, but gets to reset the Secret Keeper. So Plipster is giving MoxProxy a run for their money, but... Oh, and an Overwhelmed Apprentice. So, this turn, Plipster is going to get milled for 4, so it's going to be down to 8 cards in library. But then MoxProxy will be out of creatures, and Plipster can replay Zagreus and just start swinging in. And then the 4 toughness of Secret Keeper is no longer viable. And yep, here comes the Merfolk Secret Keeper. And Zagreus returns. Going to be swinging in for 9 damage here, 4 of which is flying. Okay, so trades the Overwhelmed Apprentice for the Malakir Blood Priest. Oh, I forgot about Brazen Borrower. But yeah, it can only block flying creatures, so it can't actually block the Grow tag. So instead it's just going to chump the Zagreus. Oh no, it's not. Just going to take 8 there. It goes down to 4 life. So Plipster doesn't quite have lethal next turn, but is dangerously close. But what did MoxProxy scry to the top with this Overwhelmed Apprentice? Okay, just passing. Probably another runaway together, which might just seal the deal in MoxProxy's favor. Malakir Blood Priest. Okay, this is probably going to run away together in response to this to get drained for less. I wonder, does Plipster have another 2-drop? Because I feel like if you do, you'd probably want to run that out first, just so that you could get lethal in immediately. Or maybe Plipster has 2 of these and is just trying to, and has the win regardless. How many? Because we saw 1 die. Okay, so there's 2 engraved, so Plip could have the 4th copy. It is still possible. Okay, Blood Priest is going to resolve, drains MoxProxy for 3. Ah, and there it is. So does MoxProxy have the stack interaction? 4th copy of Didn't Say Please? No, didn't have it. Must have had the runaway together. And there goes game 1. MoxProxy with a pretty fast start, but just didn't have the card advantage to close it out, while Plipster was able to slowly rebuild their board advantage from being bounced all over the place, and just eventually 1 for 1 and just attrition out MoxProxy. Okay, and starting off game 2 in similarly blistering fashion, turn 1 is just going to Merfolk Secret Keeper. Mills one of the Malakir Blood Priests, so there goes one of Plip's reach options. And Plip looks like doesn't have the turn 1 sneaking guide, so once again just going to have to pass the turn. Oh, and has a second Merfolk Secret Keeper, and then is going to play one of them from Adventure. And yeah, that's the start you want to see. You definitely want to keep multi-Secret Keeper hands, just in general, but especially in this matchup where the 0-4 is so devastating. Okay, you're going to run out the Malakir Blood Priest. You don't want to see that come down as your first creature, though. So, draining for 1 definitely feels a little bad here. Okay, gonna just play the Merfolk Secret Keeper again. Holding up 2 mana. Could have a Petty Theft or or a Runaway together here. He's gonna swing in with the Malakir. No point here because, yeah, MoxProxy just eminently blocks it. Okay, Ardent Electromancer gonna come down. Isn't free, but does is basically a 1 mana 3/2. Gets a Sneaking Guide. Oh, but can't use the last red mana and then just passes. At least at this point now has enough to at least get in 1 damage per turn. And the draw-go plan continues for MoxProxy. Okay, just gonna swing for the hills here. Blocks Ardent Electromancer and Malakir Blood Priest, but is gonna take 1 from the Sneaking Guide. A little surprised. Oh, I guess I was gonna say that it didn't use a Sneaking Guide, but I guess had the 3-drop of the Ardent Electromancer. And this time it's a full refund. And Malakir Blood Priest number 2. This time this one's actually going to get to resolve and hits Plipster for 3. Or sorry, hits MoxProxy for 3, sorry. So yeah, this board is steadily becoming more and more dangerous, especially with this Sneaking Guide allowing a Malakir Blood Priest to get in unblocked. Because then you can go Sneaking Guide, make a Malakir Blood Priest unblocked, swing out with your board, you're guaranteed to get in at least 4. Ah, but MoxProxy does have the removal spell, is going to Charmed Sleep on one of the Ardent Electromancers. So now only a guaranteed 2 damage per turn. So he's going to swing for the hills with everything, which means that Plipster has at least 4 mana of things that he wants to do this turn, if he's not using the Sneaking Guide, I think. Oh, yeah, that's 5. That's a full 5-er. And is going to Shatter Skull Smashing for X equals 3. Just going to kill both of those Secret Keepers. And I was saying earlier that I don't think the Shatter Skull Smashing is that good in this matchup. But hey, when you're facing down a double Secret Keeper board, and yeah, the only thing that has the Runaway together? Yeah, okay. So probably you bounce the Ardent Electromancer. Yeah, so I was going to bounce the Ardent Electromancer, saves one of the Secret Keepers. And wow, MoxProxy tapping out for Shimmer Dragon. That is a crazy piece of sideboard tech, actually. Very surprised to see that. And yeah, that kind of just blocks everything that Plipster has. And I like how Plipster says in chat, "Oh shit, what's that?" And then MoxProxy is a blocker. Reminds me of that iCarly meme, like, what do you have there? A blocker. Okay, Ardent Electromancer is going to come back from running away together, and it's going to bring the third Malakir Blood Priest with it. Actually, that's the fourth one, because I think the first one was actually milled. And then going to pay 2 for the Sneaking Guide. Malakir Blood Priest gets in for free under the Shimmering Dragon. So MoxProxy is still on a 4-turn clock. Actually, not even 4-turn clock. Okay, so it has the Merfolk Secret Keeper that was run away togethered. But wait, how does the math work here? So do that. You swing in with those 3. So actually, it's on this current board, instead of a 4-turn clock, it's more of a 2-turn clock. Oh, so swinging for the hills here. And yeah, so it's going to take 5. Goes down to 2. We know that Plipster doesn't have the Malakir Blood Priest, but could have a Royal Eruption. Does have the Royal Eruption. Immediate tap out from MoxProxy. Has the Mesmeric Glare. That is CMC 3 or less, so it's going to counter it. So yeah, no lethal for you, but still at 2 life, and with a Sneaking Guide to be able to get under blockers, it doesn't look good. Okay, plays Hypnotic Sprite, and goes to end. Must have a Runaway together to bounce the unblockable one. Well, that's not a Runaway together. I've predicted it so many times, and I've been wrong. Another bounce spell, and that food token is super valuable here. Okay, Malakir Blood Priest comes down. Oh yeah, I forgot. Malakir Blood Priest just drains MoxProxy for 2. And since MoxProxy doesn't have 2 mana up to be... Actually, yeah, it should have... Yeah, I don't... MoxProxy should not have played the Hypnotic Sprite. Should have bounced the... It should have kept up Turn into a Pumpkin plus the food. But yeah, that was a blisteringly fast set on both sides. And I think that the reach that we saw from the party deck is going to be key in some of the matchups where it's forced to... Like here, where it's forced by the early blockers to play into the mid/late game, but it still has legs there. So I think and I love how Primordial is a format that has an established meta. It is not like complete chaos, but you can see people playing decks from all over, and with each new set, you see completely new viable meta decks. It's one of the most diverse formats I've ever seen, and that's why I love it. So anyways, thank you all for joining me for this first match for this Primordial Discord tournament. And until next time, this is Caillou signing off.